So in the second tutorial on how to create the game, we're going to be looking at how to get the game to restart once we lose the game or win the game, whichever way you want to look at it. And then we're going to look at adding in some levels and increase the number of balls that come onto the screen each time the level is increased. So to begin with, we're going to get up our project, and we've got our Dodgeball project open. And we're going to have a little look in our menu. So we've got our main menu, we've got a gameplay menu, and our end game. So in our end game at the moment, if I just play this, let's see what happens. We've got our title, start button. We play our game, we've got our one ball, we've got our timer going up. When we collide with this red ball, bang, game over. But we can't do anything from here now, so we need to add in a button to put us back to the main menu. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a new button, and our new button is going to be called restart button. And just up the top here, so we go up to our variables above our setup, and we're going to add in a button, and it's going to be reset buttons. That's what we're going to call it. So we've got a second button here, and I am now going to initialize it. So we do that in setup. So we need to set up the original position and size and our text we want to put into it, just like we did with our start button. So we're going to go reset buttons equal to a new, just get my cursor out of the way, button. And now we need a location to put it in. So we're going to put it down the bottom of the screen. So our screen is 600. So we're going to put it at, say, let's go 400 down. No, okay. So that's across. So x-axis first. So we're going to put it in the middle again, same as we did last time. And we're going to go 400. So we're going to go a bit lower this time, maybe 450. We're going to go a bit even lower. And we're still going to make it 100 wide. And we're going to make it 50 deep. So that's our coordinates and our width and our height. Next, we need our text. We need what it's going to display. It's going to display reset. And then we need a color for it. And we're just going to go with our color that we chose for our last button, just to keep it the same. Alright, so we have got our button set up here. We defined it. Above our setup, in our setup, we've set it to a new button, and now we need to go down into our draw, void draw function, and we're going to go into our switch statement, and we're going to go not case 0 because that's main menu, not case 1 because that's gameplay. We're going to go down to case 2, and we're going to display it down here. So we've got our game over, so we've got our text that we're saying game over, and it displays the game time. Underneath that, inside our brackets, so see our brackets here, inside the brackets we're going to go what do we call it again? Restart, reset, reset, reset button dot update. It's going to update our button, and then we're going to go, after that we're going to go reset button dot render. So that's going to draw our button to the screen. So let's just check that that works. Excellent. Play the game, run into the ball, bang. Okay, we've got a reset button down the bottom here, but we can't click on it yet. So we need an if statement to say if we click on our reset button, it sets our switch back to the main menu. So we're going to go if, and we're going to put in here reset button dot is clicked, and then we're going to close the bracket. Now we're going to open up squiggly bracket and close squiggly bracket. Make sure you do put the closing one there. This is where we get a lot of brackets, and it can be very easy to make a mistake and have it just out, just off. So we're going to type in here, we're going to type menu is equal to 0. This is going to set our menu back to the main menu. I might just make a comment of that. Menu, main menu. Alright, so there's just a comment there just so I know what that does. So let's play the game. Playing the game, hit start, run into the red ball, bang. There's our game time, 1.7483009 seconds. Hit reset, goes back to the start. Now, can any of you guess what's going to happen when I hit the start button? Bang. What just happened? What just happened? Alright, again, bang. Alright, it's automatically saying the game's ending. So what's it doing? It's when we hit reset, we're going back to here. But when we hit the start button, it's going, alright, change it to the gameplay. In gameplay, we've got a check that says it has the game ended. That's still true at the moment because, well, the first time we went through, it was false. And then after we ran into that ball, it was set to true. And guess what? It's still set to true. We haven't reset that value, so it's just bouncing straight to the end of the game. So this is where now we need to go back up into not our gameplay, but we need to go back up into our menu. And inside our click statement that says we're going to change it to gameplay, we need to reset some of our variables. We need to reset the game timer, and we need to reset that the game isn't over. We want that to be false. So in here, we've got a ball at the moment. Oh, that's the other thing. We'll find out in a minute what's going to happen. So we're going to reset which variables. We're going to reset our timer, our game timer, and we're going to reset our game over. So game time is going to be equal to 0. Sorry, we've got to use our function dot set time is equal to 0. There we go. So that's now our game time is going to go back to 0, and game over is equal to false. And I don't know if I've got that right. Yep, it was capitalized. The G was capitalized. The O was capitalized. Goes back to false. Now let's run our game. So first time we go through, we hit start. Yep, a ball's created. Our timer ticks up, and we run into it. Game ends. There we go. There's our time. Hit reset. Start the game again. Oh, our timer reset, and obviously the game's not over, but why do we have 2 balls? So we got 2 balls because we never reset the number of balls in the array. There was 1 ball in the array, and every time we click the start button, another ball's added to the array. So we need to clear all the balls out of the array when we click the start button. So we're just going to go do that now. So just above where we create the ball, and this is really important that you do it before, so we need to clear all the balls in our array, and then we add our ball that we want to start with. So we're going to go dodge ball is going to be equal to new what do we want? We want array list of type ball, and this bit of code looks very familiar. So what this does is it just sets our array to a new list of arrays. So it clears out everything we had and puts it in a new list. It's very similar to when we initialize the ball up here. So we set up the type we wanted, gave it a name, and then we set it up using new ball array list. We're using this first section. We don't need to redo this part at the front because we've already got the variable. We just need to set it back to a new array. So this is going to set it back to a new array in our main menu when we click on our start button. So let's run the game now. Start button, we run into our object, bang, game timer over, reset, hit start. We've only got 1 ball, time has gone back to the start, everything is okay. There we go. That's how we need to reset all our variables before when we click start, so that we know that we don't get anyone cheating. You don't start on level 20. Alright, and this is what we're going to get into now. At the moment, our game time's just ticking up, and there's only 1 ball on the screen. I haven't even had to move the mouse all game so far, so that's pretty boring. We need to add some levels so that when we go up a level, it gets harder. We add more balls. Maybe we add different types of balls. I'm just about to lose here. Bang. 38 seconds. I didn't even have to move the mouse. Alright, so we are going to create levels now. So go right up to the top of your program. And we're going to create a couple of variables. What we're going to do is we're going to create another timer. And we're going to create another integer. So we can put these down below here. So we're going to put a timer, and this one's going to be called level time, and it's going to be equal to a new timer, and we're going to set it to 5 seconds to begin with. 5 seconds to begin. What we're also going to do is put an integer in and call this level number. Let's capitalize the end. Level number, and we're going to make that equal to 0. We're going to make that equal to 1. So we want to be on level 1 to begin with. Alright, so we set up our variables. Now we need to use them somewhere. So first thing we're going to do is whenever we start the game, now we've got this start click button, we're going to reset those variables. So our level, what is it called? Number, capital N, is equal to 1, because we always want it to be set back to 1, and we want our level time equal to dot set time equal to 5, so it sets the time for the first level back to 5. What have I done? What's my level? Oh, I spelled it wrong. So we need level. Make sure you spell it right. Unlike I have, make sure level's spelled correctly. Set to 5, and down here we set it back to 5. So that's just setting our variables up so when we first play this. Now, what's going to happen when I click on this? Absolutely nothing, because we haven't actually updated our timer, and we have no method of knowing when to update our level number. So this is now where we go down to the gameplay. So down in gameplay, we've got our game over statement, we've got our game timer counting up, and we've got our displaying some text, and then we've got our ball checking down here. So next to our game timer, let's put our level timer, because that looks like a good place to put it. Time dot, but we're going to go count down, bam. So we're going to get our timer counting down. Then we need to display it. So let's display it the same way. We'll want it to be black, so we're going to go text, and we're going to put in here, whoops, we're going to put in here level, and put comma and space in, and now we want to add our level number, so plus level number, so that's going to be display our number. What else do we want? We're going to add another thing to this, and we're going to add another string. So open up our quotation mark, and we're going to go time till next level, the comma, space. We're going to close that off. Plus, let's just space this out a bit nicely so we can read them. Plus symbols. And we need the amount of time there is. So level time dot time. And now we need a position to give this. So we want to put in the middle width. And we're going to halve it just like we did up here for this bit. Now we've got this 20 down, so we're going to put this one a little bit further down. So our Y is going to be 50 down from the top. So we've got our level. It displays our level number, which should be 1. Time till next level will be our timer as it counts down. We're putting it halfway in the screen, and then we are putting it 50 from the top. So let's run that, see if that works. Oh, there we go. We've got our time counting down. Now that's really hard to read, so we're gonna actually change that so it just does it to seconds. It only shows seconds. That's really, really painful to read. That hurts a lot to read. Alright, let's go with, so how did we do up in this one? We did int, so we're going to put int here, int open bracket, and then encapsulate everything level timer dot time. Alright, let's run that now. Let's see it working. There we go. We got our timer counting down. See how we don't have much space? See how we don't have much space between the 1 and the time till next level? We're just going to fix that too, because that doesn't look very good at the moment. Alright, excellent. We're going to fix that. So we just need to put a couple of spaces in between here and an actual number. So that's just going to add a couple of spaces to the front of our time till next. And there we go. We've got a bit of space in there. And we've got our time counting down. Now our timer goes past 0. We don't really want it to go past 0. We want something to happen. We want the level to increase when it passes 0. So now we're going to change that up. So we're going to go underneath here, under where we've drawn. We're going to put an if statement. And we're going to say if the level time dot time is less than or equal to 0, we want something to happen. We're going to open up curly brackets and close our curly brackets. So we want something to happen. What do we want to have happen? We want our level number to go up. Level number plus plus semicolon. That will add 1 to our level number. What else do we want to have happen? We want to reset our timer for our level. So each level has to have an amount of time. Yep. And then we also want to add a ball to our game so it makes it harder for the player. So we're going to add a ball to the game. Sorry, no, we're going to add, set the time. Set the time. Let's set the time first and then we'll add a ball. So let's set the time. So level time dot set time. I'm going to set it to our 5 seconds just to begin with. So that's going to set it back to 5. So this won't be true anymore. So it goes up by 1 level. Now, ball. Our dodge balls. We actually want to add one now. So dodge balls dot add, open up a bracket, equals a new ball, because that's our ball class. And now we need to give it a position. We're going to do the exact same thing we did up here. So this line here, I'm actually going to copy that line of code because I don't feel like writing out. So copy that line of code, 46, copy it. I'm going to come back down here. Instead of actually writing this out, I'm going to copy paste that in. So this goes dodgeball.add, open bracket, new ball, and then we're going to put random from the left to the right, 10, so 10 away from the top, size of 20, the ball speed's 10, and it's still a red ball because we got our R, G, and B values. Make sure you got your closing brackets, make sure you get your semicolon. Alright, let's run this, see what happens. Start. We're on level 1. Our timer counts down. Bang, 0. Oh, level 2. Oh, a ball got added to our game. Level 3. Bang, another ball gets added to our game. And as you can see, it gets a little bit harder. Bang, spamming balls. So every level is 5 seconds. Now, that's pretty fast. Becoming quite fast. 25 seconds, we've already got 6 balls on the screen. So that's going pretty crazy. Now, what if we wanted to slowly increase each level's time so it took us a bit longer before we got this many balls on the screen? Otherwise, the game is going to be over pretty quickly. Now, I've got a few options how we can do that. You can leave it just at 5 seconds, or we can change it up. So as you can see, dodging all the balls. If I run into any single one of these balls, let's run into something, bang, the game ends. I hit reset, start, oh, we're back at level 1. We've only got 1 ball on screen, and guess what? We're going to be able to go again. So this is how we get it to go around and around and around. Alright, but let's make it so each level is a bit longer to get to the next level. So how are we going to do that? What we're going to do is, instead of setting it to 5, we're going to set it to 5 plus our level number. What that's going to do is, whatever our level number is, just remember it starts at 1. So it's going to increase to 2, and so this is going to be 7 seconds. When it gets to 3, it's going to be 8 seconds. When it gets to 4, it's going to be 9 seconds. So let's run that, see if that works. So we start at 5 seconds, it counts down. Now it counts from 6 seconds. It actually counts from 7 seconds because it goes all the way to 0. And then it counts to 9 seconds. So each level is getting a little bit longer, so we've got to dodge for a little bit longer between each one. And we're just it's just going to keep going and going and going. That's pretty good. So you can do that if you wanted to. If you wanted to go up by a little bit, maybe you could halve that. So we could divide our level number by 2. That means it's only going to go up a little bit each time. So it'll make it a little bit quicker the game, but you do still have that increase of time slowly happening. You can make it a quarter, you can make it a half, you can make it an eighth, anything you want, divided by whatever you like. The more you divide by, the bigger number you divide it by, the quicker the levels will go through. As you can see, slowly spamming balls. Now, we are also going to look at how we can make it maybe do extra things, say if we get to level 10. So if the player is good enough, they get to level 10, maybe we make it a little bit more challenging for them. Oh, I'm going to die. Yeah, there we go. Reset. Bang. Alright, so what are we going to do, say, if we want them, say, if they do get to level 10, we want to make it really challenging for them. So when we hit level 10, we're going to add a second ball each time. So underneath our ball that we are adding, inside our level timer, we're going to go another if statement. We're going to go if level number is greater than or equal to 10. Whoops, 10. We want to do something, so we open up circle brackets, close our circle brackets, open up squiggly brackets. We're going to put something in here. We're going to create another ball. So we're going to copy our line of code again. Oh, there we go. And we're going to paste it in there. So this is going to say if we get to 10 or higher, it's going to add a second ball. So it adds his first ball, and if the level is 10 or higher, then we're going to add a second ball. So this is going to make it a little bit harder. And as you can see, for each of the levels, it's going to take a bit of time. Might just reduce the amount of time between each level just to demonstrate. 1 second. So if I just put this down to 1 second, it just means I can flick through the levels very quickly. So there's 1 second between each level now. Okay, so we're at level 4. 2 seconds now because I still left that other indicator. Level 5. Alright, level 6. Quickly, 7. There's only 4 seconds between each level. 8. There's 5 seconds between each level. 9. Okay, so look for level 10 this time. 2 balls should spawn at the same time. Bang, 2 balls spawned at that time. So from every level now on, 2 balls will spawn. Alright, this is getting tough. This is getting tough quick. Alright, spawning balls. Bang, bang, bang. Alright. So, that's pretty cool. So you could also do another if statement saying if you get to pass level 20, you could add another ball. Maybe add a faster ball. This is where you can change things up. Maybe you have a randomized ball that has a random speed. So don't be limited to just creating red balls. Alright, I died. There we go. Maybe in this one, maybe once I reach level 10, maybe it changes the speed on the ball. So maybe they go at 200. They go a bit faster. When I hit level 10, they go a bit faster. You can come up with what you want to have happen. I'm just gonna blast through these levels. 3, so 4. And when we get to 10, so it should create one ball that's slow, one ball that's twice as fast. You could also have it as different colors so people can tell. We're nearly there. I'll make sure I'm not dying. And one more level to go, and then we should get this ultra fast ball, double speed ball, popping out. There we go. Oh, there it is. It's down here. It's going a bit faster. You can make it a different size, as well as having a different color. Oh, there we go. There's another speedy ball. Oh, it's going to make this game real hard, real quick. Alright. There we go. Game over. Alright, so you could make that level 10. You could make that level 15. You could change the color of the ball, make it a bit of an orange ball, whatever you want. This is where you can customize your game to look a bit different. I could write another if statement saying level number when it's greater than or equal to 20. I want to put something in here. Maybe I create another ball. create another ball, and this ball is going to be a bit bigger. It's going to be 40. It's going to be fast. It's going to have a different color altogether. And there we go. So if I reach level 20, which I'm going to cheat to reach it just for a second here, put that on level 19. Super cheating. See, I'm on level 19 because I super cheated and set my level up to be level 19. Bam, there we go. So it creates 3 balls, one super fast, that yellow one's super fast. Then we've got a bigger size ball. So there we go. You can just change it up for every set of levels. You could even make it so that if you wanted to clear all the balls at a certain level, so say if level, and you'll have to put it down the bottom here in this section, if level number is equal to 20, then what do we want to do? We want to clear all the balls. How do we clear all the balls again out of our thing? Alright, so we go dodge, ball is equal to new array list of type ball, open close squiggly brackets, semicolon, array, if I could spell, with double R. Now what that's going to do is it's going to can all the balls in the list, and then I want to add in maybe just one of these balls. So what that's going to do when I hit level 20, I'm just going to set my level number to say 14, just start at level 14, because that's how I roll. So it's level 14. I'm going to flick through the levels pretty quickly. Bang. There we go. At level 4, above level 10, we're spawning 2 balls. At level 14, 15, 16, go a bit faster. Maybe I should have spawned at level 18. So just got to make sure I dodge stuff here. So hopefully at level 20 it clears all the balls and just creates that one uber fast larger ball. And then it's going to spam all 3 on the next level. 18, Jesus. I'm making my game pretty hard for myself. And we can have as many of these if statements as we like in this section for when we're setting up our levels. Hopefully if I survive this one, it should clear all these balls. And, oh god, nearly died. 1, 2, yeah, level 20. Alright, so level 20 cleared it all, and we created one of these pink balls. Now at 21, it's going to spawn the other 2 balls and this and a pink ball as well. So at level 21, we should get, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So we've got all 3 types. Oh god, here we go. So this game's getting pretty hectic, pretty crazy. So you can create breakpoints where you can give the player a respite from having so many balls on the screen by clearing the balls at a certain level. Don't do it if you're doing, say, a greater than 10, because every level greater than 10 you'll be just clearing all the balls and it won't know how many to spam. So just do it on a single level. Just remember, on that level you will need to actually create some balls, otherwise they have a free ride on that level. So at level 20 I said do this. Maybe I could do one at level 10 as well, so when the new ball's introduced. So this is how you can set up levels with a level timer, setting up the time, adding a bit more to the time so it makes it a bit longer, adding a ball, adding an extra ball at level 10, adding another extra ball at level 20, which is a little bit different. Each of these is a little bit different, and then I'm clearing the list so that they get a bit of a respite at level 20, so that they go back to only having 1 ball on the screen, but then they get spammed with a lot more balls on the screen to dodge. So that's how we can set up some levels, and I want you to come up with your own set of levels. Maybe at level 5 it increases, but then it clears itself at level 10, and then you get harder balls past level 10. So this is where you can muck around, customize your game, make it a bit more interesting so that you would want to play it. So that's all we're going to do for this tutorial. It's just it's all about the levels. So now you need to create your own level system, and maybe think about having your player being at least able to reach sort of like 20-30 levels. That's a good number. People want to play a game, they don't want to lose in the first 5 levels. They want to try and be able to progress through your game a bit, experience some new things. So, start off basic, have the red ball bouncing around, then maybe move to an orange and a yellow, and then maybe have a blue ball, something like that, and get them so that they can experience those things. In the next tutorial, we are going to look at creating a score and how we can make the score effective. How, if you're going up levels, you get more score. If you collect stars, so giving them a reward if they're really good in the game and they're able to dodge and collect stars at the same time, giving them a reward for that, and just overall giving them a reward for surviving for as long as they can. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial. The next one will be on those stars and the scoring system.